It's January 4th, JLD here, and welcome to MSTR Today in the Treasury Titans. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Happy Sunday to everybody out there, and also happy 17th birthday, Bitcoin. Michael Saylor wanted to make sure Bitcoin celebrated in style on its 17th birthday. Wow. And that just kind of brings me back to a phrase called the Lindy effect I wanted to bring up. I'm going to read this. This is from Wikipedia. The Lindy effect proposes the longer a period something has survived to exist or be used in the present, the longer its remaining life expectancy. So, in my opinion, in my mind, that means Bitcoin's been around for 17 years. That's a good run. The Lindy effect is in full effect, and I am looking forward to an amazing 17 more years, and hopefully for my great children in 170 years, and then exponential that 1,017 years, and of course, so on and so forth. Ragnar says, what a beautiful setup. This moment might be a generational opportunity to stack Bitcoin and Bitcoin-related equities real cheap. Don't fumble this. We are still in extreme fear, even with all the bullishness that has happened in 2025. Yes, price action sucked for Bitcoin and for MSTR, but if you don't understand the fundamentals that were put in place in 2025, you haven't done the work. That's what's just so comical about all these MSTR bears. They just, cry, Ponzi, dilution, Ponzi. That's literally all they say because they haven't put in the work. They are lazy. They are just incompetent. They are clueless is the only word I can use to just definitively describe all MSTR bears. They are clueless, and that's okay because they haven't put in the work, and not everybody can or should put in the work on one company, one stock, MSTR. Guess what? I have and I will because I've identified this as the most valuable future company in the world. I've identified Michael Saylor as the financial engineering genius of our lifetime. That is my opinion based off of my work. I encourage you to do yours. All right, post by CJ. 2025 marked year zero for digital credits, innovating, launching, and scaling, all in a tepid Bitcoin year. 2026 is year one. Let's go. Zinc says, Bitcoin has had a good start to the year. I did the maths, and if Bitcoin sustained its current 2026 year-to-date pace for the next 12 months, we'd be at 4.6 million by the end of the year. That's not happening, obviously, but I'd take 250K. I'm telling you, 2026 will be a Bitcoin year. And that does look like a nice chart since January 1st, for sure. All right, Chris says, all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Blaise Pascal. This, sure enough, applies to investing. Most people have a bias to do something like, oh my God, the stock's going up, I need to buy. Oh my God, the stock's going down, I need to sell. Paradoxically, the key to investing is doing nothing. Patience pays. And I can promise you one thing, I will be patient. I will be unbelievably patient, and I hope you will as well. These shows will be coming out every day, hopefully adding to your patience and excitement. Hugh says, MSTR, okay, actually, Pierre Rochard says, gold influencers don't want you to know this. Bitcoin is going to continue to outperform golds. And then Hugh says, and MSTR is going to continue to outperform Bitcoin. Both of these things can, and in my opinion, are true. And hey, let's give a little just nod to the head of Bitcoin's green candle to start 2026. I mean, listen, it's been a tough year. It's been a brutal year, but I'm liking the looks of this chart. Of course, we're going to be having pullbacks and drawbacks and everything in between. But man, Bitcoin just keeps chugging along. And speaking of chugging along, let me go ahead and click on one of my recent posts here. Check this out, my friends. I posted a thread yesterday about how MSTR will hit $776 this year, in my opinion. Here's why. Now, this is my opinion, as I stated here, and this is off of my X account, my Twitter account, which has 4,000 and change followers. By the way, if you're listening to this and you're not following, I would really appreciate a follow if you spend any time on X. If you don't spend any time on X, then just keep doing your thing. But if you do, MSTR_today. You can just search for that right there. This post got 45,000 views. And by the way, it's counting. When I first was even putting together this video for today, it was at like 43,000 views or something. So this post is literally going viral in my world for my version of viral. Like 45,000 views for a post is huge. And I went through the 10 reasons, wait, did I go all the way to 10? No, 7 reasons. I went through the 7 reasons why I believe MSTR is going to hit $776 this year. You can see there's just a lot of comments came on here. Like Adam said, why so bearish? And then a lot of people giving me their thoughts. A lot of bears, a lot of fudders, a lot of just incompetent, clueless people commenting on here. And by the way, when I say incompetent, I just mean they're incompetent when it comes to MSTR. And I really mean that they're incompetent because they have not put in the work. So of course they're incompetent. The only way to become competent at something is to do the work. Like this guy's a clueless homer because he put clickbait maxi for me. Oh, so much fun with these guys. And it's just, I always like to respond just HFSC. Have fun staying clueless. Because that's what they're going to do. And again, that's okay. I'm not going to become clued about any other stock in the world, and that's fine too. This is just my bet. This is my belief. This is my commitment to Michael Saylor, to Fong Lee, to the strategy team, and to, of course, all of you, my wonderful viewers of this channel, my wonderful listeners of this show. Now I have a couple great clips you're going to want to watch. One is addresses a little bit about the MSCI stuff that's coming out. I just kind of give a little clip, but if you want to watch the whole video, it's over an hour long. I will link it in the show notes below. And then, of course, an epic Michael Saylor rant. They're always epic. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
We put out a call to action, I think about a week and a half ago, msci.bitcoincorporations.com. We created a coalition letter that basically speaks to our concerns. We've gathered, over 1,400 signatures, some of the biggest names in the space, including Saylor, including Simon. We did also reach out directly to MSCI, and we did hear back from them and actually ended up jumping on a call with their research team. They made it clear that they haven't made any decisions yet, and that they're taking this, consultation period very seriously, and they're paying attention to the response from the community. They were a little bit surprised, how much noise we've been able to make in just a few days. So yeah, it's interesting to see the impact of these types of actions. Like, it's like you can just do things. You can just launch microsites that have the information to equip people with what they need to know, and people will sign on and join the effort. So yeah, I've been very pleased with this campaign.
Michael Saylor just made an $835 million bet buying the Bitcoin dip. Right now, Bitcoin's fallen almost 40% off its October high, and the big money is buying the dip. What's your strategy? Now might be a great time to convert your IRA or 401k to Bitcoin with the help of Bit IRA. Plus, you can fund it with pre-tax funds, then continue to invest in it over time as you do any other retirement account. Bit IRA protects your assets with end-to-end insurance, highly secure storage, multi-encryption, and registered with the U.S. government. Your IRA is fully IRS compliant. Best of all, you can trade crypto within your retirement account without incurring taxes on any buys or sells. Just go to bitira.com/JLD and request a free info guide. Once you do that and open your IRA, you'll get a free ledger. Bitcoin has proven time and time again to rebound, every cycle going from a higher low to a higher high. With Strategy's latest purchase, Michael Saylor clearly believes Bitcoin is at a discount. Time for you to get into. Go to bitira.com/JLD to open a tax-sheltered IRA in Bitcoin. When you want more for your business, start with Northwest Registered Agent and get access to thousands of free guides, tools, and legal forms to help you launch and protect your business all in one place. Build your complete business identity with Northwest today. Your business identity is more than your logo or website. It's everything that defines who you are and how you operate, from what your customers see to what they don't, like operating agreements, meeting minutes, and compliance paperwork. With Northwest, you'll get more for your business, more privacy, more guidance, and more free resources than you'll find anywhere else. For nearly 30 years, Northwest Registered Agent has helped entrepreneurs form, grow, and protect their businesses. They're the largest registered agent and LLC service in America, powered by over 1,500 corporate guides, real people who know the local laws. It can help you every step of the way. Don't wait. Protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks and 10 minutes. Visit www.northwestregisteredagent.com/JLD free and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at www.northwestregisteredagent.com/JLD free.
So we actually have something which is thought to be junk bond or distressed debt, but it's actually an investment grade risk, right? Once you start to study it. And that's, again, a profound insight and a breakthrough. And so, depending on how you look at it, it's anywhere from 2 to 3 times better. And we created the senior instrument, which is 7 times over collateralized. That kind of sets the cost of capital, and that's 9% effective yield and about a 14% tax equivalent yield. And then we ran into a brick wall because we wanted to do some credit issuance in Japan and Europe, and we were running into some impedance. And so I thought, what can we do in the U.S.? And we started thinking, and we realized that what we hadn't done is a monthly short duration money market instrument. And so a lot of people complain. They're like, well, we want monthly dividends, and we don't want volatility, and we want no principal no principal variation. So we started thinking, how can we do this? And we used AI. We designed this product, Stretch. We took it public in July. It's the biggest IPO of the year. By the way, we've done 5 IPOs this year. 5, right? I don't think anybody's ever done 5 IPOs. The joke that I made is I came up with $1 billion idea in my life, and then I spent 20 years trying to find the second $1 billion idea, and I couldn't find it. And then from the point we found Bitcoin, we found the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and we started finding $1 billion ideas every 8 weeks. And that's what happened when you combine digital capital with digital intelligence in the right world. So this one came along in July, and the idea is basically you set the dividend every month, and you try to stabilize the principal at 100. And it was well received. And then the deal we did last week is we launched a version of Strife. We launched a perpetual 10% yielding instrument in euros in Europe. And it was about 700 million US, about 620 million euros. And right now it has an effective yield of 12.2%, but a tax equivalent yield just south of 20% if you're a 37% taxpayer if you live in Florida. This is how Stretch has seasoned over the last 12 weeks. So what you can see is it started at 90. We jacked the dividend, and then we took it up 25 basis points twice. And then over the past 8 days, it locked in. Today, it traded plus or minus 5 cents. And today, if you look at your quote, it closed at $100 and 0 cents. And it was traded with 1 penny spreads. You know what we told the market is we're not going to sell it below 100. So if someone wants to offer it to you below 100, you should probably buy it because we're going to get it to 100. And then we're not going to let it drift up above 100 either. So this is our most aggressive piece of financial engineering, because what you see represented in Stretch is us saying we're going to strip 120 months of duration down to 1 month. We're going to strip 50 vol down to 1 if we can get there. We're about 8 now, but probably we're 5 or 3 in the next week or so. We're going to strip that to 1. We're going to convert the basis currency from BTC to USD and take away the currency risk. We're going to take out the delta, and we're going to over collateralize it 5 or 6 to 1, which is the same as stripping away about 98% of the risk from the instrument. And then we're going to hand that to you as a high yield bank account. And then we're going to take it public, give you a 4-letter ticker, and let you trade in and out of it in the market, right? And if there's a kerosene for Bitcoin, this is the kerosene. This is the jet fuel. This shows a picture of our digital credit stack over the past 12 months. You can see when I spoke here a year ago, none of this existed. Right? What caused this to exist? Necessity is the mother of invention. Opportunity in the form of capital and intelligence, not mine, AI, digital intelligence. I argue with the AI and I fight with it, and we learn very, very quickly. And I can get answers that would take 37 accountants and lawyers a month, and I can get the answer in 10 minutes. And so I can iterate something like 100 times faster with AI.
What's the second best? There is no second best.